and have qualified for this grand finale to duke it out for the title of the best orator. Rob Brown has rightly said, if you can speak, you can influence. If you can influence, you can change lives. This introduces our topic for today, which is the world would be a better place if. And to judge our candidates, we are blessed to have some of the best orators who themselves have influenced many lives and directed the path to success. I hand over to Mukta for the introduction of our first judge, Miss Manisha Patel ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. It is an honor for me to introduce the first panelist for today's event, Ms. Manisha Patankar ma'am. Image is the best word to describe her. She says, because they simply don't know what they don't know. This is how she started with image consulting. Manisha ma'am has undergone in-depth training from Image Consulting Business Institute, Mumbai, the pioneer of image management space in India. She has mastered the meticulous curriculum of Image Space Specialist Judith Rasbin, CEO and Director Council Institute of Image Management, the USA, and is now recognized as trainer for trainers. She has been coaching and guiding aspiring image consulting trainers. She completed her schooling and college in Aurangabad and further completed her MBA in marketing in Mumbai. She has over 20 years of corporate experience, having been associated with major corporate houses like Johnson & Johnson, IPCA Laboratories, and Reliance Retail. Currently, ma'am is working as an executive assistant to Mr. Piroj Shah Godrej, chairman of Godrej Properties, and deals with high-level officials. Through her corporate experience and interaction with people at various levels, she realizes the importance of creating and managing one's image. She understands how instrumental it is to inculcate leadership qualities to succeed in today's fiercely competitive world. Manisha ma'am is also empaneled as a faculty with ICBI Mumbai and trains the new image consultants. She is an excellent communicator and her coaching abilities help others understand this complex and abstract subject in easy to follow ways. She firmly believes in having a healthy physique for a healthy mind. Ma'am is a Reebok's aerobic trainer and has passion for running marathons. She has run more than 15 marathons nationally and internationally. She believes a positive image is a mirror of self-confidence and achievement leading to a path of success. She actively encourages and inspires everyone to combine his or her growth and success with a healthy and happy life. I welcome you, ma'am, on behalf of the entire Woodridge family. Heartiest welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mukta. Thank you.
Now, I request Taranjot to introduce to our audience our second judge, Amita Bindra ma'am.
Yes. Thank you, Arad. Good morning, everyone. Now, I would like to introduce you all to our second judge for the day, Mrs. Amita Bindra. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude for being given this opportunity to talk about such a versatile personality and an influential human being. She is an image consultant, life coach, soft skill facilitator, communication coach, makeover specialist, top performing educationist, and a motivational speaker for women empowerment. She has a passion for providing seamless services to her clients and improvising a public image to achieve their professional or personal goals. She is a profound lady with an extensive background in enhancing a client's image, behavior, and communication skills that will distinguish them from the crowd. She is highly creative, goal-driven, and self-motivated. She has directed various cross-functional teams with interactive leadership, motivated individuals to excel in the learning process. Also, she can guide the next level executives effectively. She has more than 8 years of experience where she has been at various organizations such as MGM, INIFD Aurangabad, Amity University Mumbai, etc., and acquired expertise in training public figures, young entrepreneurs, corporates, and institutional clients. She has completed a bachelor's degree in commerce from Delhi University and is pursuing a master's degree in business psychology with coaching from Harry-Watt University, UK. She's also pursuing executive part-time MBA from Hut International Business School. Amita ma'am is the president of BNI Aurangabad and is the proud member of BNI India. She's a CGL and CQS certified trainer at Lions Club. She's also a proud member of Rotary Club and many more cherishable clubs. She's also volunteering as a trainer at Udayan Care, which is a non-profit organization transforming young lives. I welcome you, ma'am, on the behalf of the entire Woodridge family. Heartiest welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, young lady. It's really my privilege to be with you all. And thank you, sir, to make me part of this youth thing. Thank you so much.
Speech is power. Speech is to persuade, to convert, and to compel. With this, I call upon Mithali Kothari for her speech. All the best.
Thank you, Pavni. Good morning. My name is Mithali Kothari. I am in 10th standard. And today I will be expressing my thoughts on the topic, the world could be a better place if. Throw away hatred, spread love, turn a vulture into a dove. The world would be a better place if we all remember what it was like to be a child, careless, carefree. Everybody loves the child loves everyone. The world could be a better place if you start making yourself a better person. If we learn how to work together, communicate, build each other up, and work on our goals together, the world could be so much better. With simple act of kindness every now and then, the world could have been a better place. If we all cared a little more, imagine how many smiling faces would greet us every second, every minute, every day. Hey, what's up? Good morning, good evening, good night. The world could be a better place. I am in love with an old aunt who buys a loaf of bread for those stray dogs. But sometimes she's so forgetful that she forgets to feed herself, but never forgets to feed the dogs. The world would be a so much better place if we start giving unconditional love and care. I love to hear those three ironical and magical words. Proud of you. These three words are so magical that they build a sense of optimism in you. By saying these three words, you can make somebody feel so confident, so special, so loved, and so cared. The bond of brother-sister is so unique and so special. Oh my God. They fight, they quarrel, they tease each other, but the way they understand each other is such that nobody else can. The world could be a better place if we all could understand each other and be optimistic. I'm in love with those two friends who share everything, literally everything, even the silliest of silly things. But how they never judge each other. The world could be so much better if we stop judging each other and start respecting the beauty of humanity. The path of humanity is the path of divine. But sometimes we value things that we don't have, and somehow we don't value the things that we have. The world would be so much better if we start showing our gratitude towards the things we are blessed with. I'm in love with that one nameless stranger who waters the plants by the road. That's so unconditional. What are these people getting by watering plants, giving bread loaves to those stray dogs? Nothing. But one priceless thing that they every minute get is a smile and a happiness. So the world could be a better place if we start with these small changes within our community, society, nation, which won't only help as us, an individual to grow, but the community and the society and the nation to grow as well. The world could be a better place if we start changing ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you for that articulate argument. I'm sure that if everyone follows the path of kindness, the world would be a better place. Next, I call upon Tanaya Jasooja. The stage is yours. Best of luck.
Good morning, everyone, my dear fellow mates and dear teachers. So today I would like to speak on the topic that world would be a better place if we accepted life as it is. I mean, of course, we are surrounded by reality, we live in reality, but we tend to escape reality more often than we notice. For an instance, we watch movies, TV shows, read books, because we love the idea of our life being thrill seeking, of being adventurous, of being perfect, and having a perfect ending where all the problems end with pages. So life does not really go that way, right? We are always taught to achieve extraordinary things, to achieve adventurous things, but we are not really taught to learn the importance of the things which are ordinary. To learn the things that ordinary life is always better than avoidance and denial of the real life. So what does anxiety and depression root from? The anxiety and depression is the result of denial and avoidance of life. So, so this anxiety and denial, if we accept our life, this can accepting life is the key to cure anxiety and depression. So we don't really need adventure all the time in life. Life can be good without being adventurous. Have you seen children? They are always happy all the time. They are, because you know why? Because they're curious about everything. They don't think that life needs to be thrill seeking. Instead, they try to seek thrill in ordinary things. Accepting life, I know, is quite difficult. It's easier said than being done. But now imagine how wonderful it would be to try not to escape reality and not live in denial for once. It would be easier if we didn't live in denial and accepted reality, that to learn lessons from the things happening in our life, and instead of asking why this is happening to me, it won't only help us to see the reasons and learn the lesson from the things, but it would also help us to see the beauty of the world, which we often tend to don't notice. We tend to avoid it because we are too preoccupied with our own expectations of our lives. We don't even notice the beauty of nature, beauty of moon, lakes, oceans, stars, anything, because we are avoiding reality. We are living in denial. So I think accepting life would be a path where we could set ourselves realistic expectations and goals, and not only from ourselves, we can have realistic expectations from the people around us. So I know accepting life is a choice, and it's not an easy one, I must say, but what we need to accept is, what we need to make peace with is the fact that not all the things, not every time the life is rainbows and sunshines. So we have to accept whatever life lay upon us. So I know that accepting life won't make a world a utopia, but still it would make world a happier place to live in. So after all, as quoted by George Orwell, happiness can only exist in acceptance. Thank you for your patience hearing.
It sure takes a lot of chivalry to express one's thoughts openly, especially when reality is something many fear and are reluctant to accept. Well done. Next, I would like Tanishka Pagar to join us with her speech.
Well, am I perfectly audible and visible? We'll start on a countdown of 3. 3, 2, 1, go. Nelson Mandela once quoted that what counts in life is not the mere fact that you've lived. It is what difference we make to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. A very warm and exuberant afternoon to one and all present here. I'm Tanishka Pagar from class 10D. Today, I would like to propose to you a way of living. If you truly live by this way, you will not only improve your life almost instantly, but it will also improve the life of everyone you come into contact with. What is this way of living? This is called non-JAR, which means living in a state of complete non-judgment, non-attachment, and non-resistance. Let me dive you all into a deeper meaning of this. First is non-judgment. Oscar Wilde once said that everyone may not be good in everything, but something is good in everyone. Never judge anyone shortly, because every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. If we stop being judgmental to others, and then we could focus on the things that actually matter in the world. When we respond in the presence rather than in judgment, we respond better. Second is non-judgment. What is non-judgment? Non-attachment. Second is non-attachment. What is non-attachment? Non-attachment is letting go of the thoughts and emotions which create suffering. Once you can stop being attached to your thoughts, you'll experience tremendous relief, inner peace, and prevailing sense of joyful well-being. Non-attachment doesn't mean we don't own things. Non-attachment means we don't allow things to own us. And the third is non-resistance. Much like non-judgment and non-attachment, non-resistance means that you don't resist what happens. What you resist persists. Eckhart Tolle once quoted that to offer no resistance to life is to be in a state of grace, ease, and lightness. Thus, non-attachment, non-judgment, and non-resistance are the three things which make Earth a better place if every individual starts living this way. We must understand that Earth does not belong to a man belongs to the Earth. But today, on this planet, humanity is barreling towards a ghastly future of mass extinctions, health crisis, and constant climate-induced disruptions to society. The point isn't to scold average citizens or warn that all is lost, but rather to plainly describe threats so that people and hopefully the political leaders start taking these threats seriously and planning mitigating actions before it's too late. I conclude by saying that we can change the world into a better place. It is in your hands to make a difference. So be the change you want to see in the world. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Beautifully presented. Do not see a little in many words, but a great meaning in a few. Precisely cited. Now, I call upon Param Patel to enlighten us about his ideas of a new and a better world.
A warm and cheerful morning to delicious judges and captivating competitors. I'm Param Patel. The topic for today is the world would be a better place if. There are innumerable points that can be stated on this topic. To be precise, I'll focus on three pivotal points, which are nature, human, and good virtues. So let's begin. Nature is not asking to conserve her for her, but for our future generation. All organisms from kingdom Monera, Protista, fungi, plantain, animalia are equal shareholders of the world, but few Homo sapiens or humans have erected towering walls on these shares. Today, which mortal on earth does not know the true power of nature? In one blow of nature, everything will vanish. Coronavirus is the most relevant example of this. Thus, the world would be a better place if we live in harmony with nature, and if each human plants a tree at least once, in that day we can't distinguish between world and heaven. Let's move to the next point, that is human. In today's world, humans are enemies of themselves. The main reason for this is religion. Not a single god said to have a system like religion. Say which god? Did Vishnu? Did Jesus? Did Allah? Then who? The answer to it is not a single god, but we humans. God never said to kneel the whole world in front of him and his religion. God said to foster a sense of community building, positivity, and have faith during turbulent times. The next problem in human beings is lack of education. It is the root of arrogance, aggressive attitudes, and crimes. Thus, the world would be a better place if no man is foreign and everyone is educated. My last point is good virtues. I have chosen this point because seeking happiness and having good virtues is more important. Rest everything is secondary. The simple rule for happiness is non-jar, Jar, non-judgmental. Never judge a book by its cover. Non-aggressive. Never be as angry as a bull. Rather be as cool as cucumber and calm as sea. Non-resistance. What you resist, persist. Virtues include kindness, loyalty, open-mindedness, truth, forgiveness, and many more. Each human should at least have a glimmer of humanity. There is a big difference between a human being and being human. If you understand it, thus the world would be a better place if we try being human. I know it sounds a bit hypothetical to an extent, but if we start implementing it from today, one day we'll surely reach the destination, which is the world would be better. As we all know, our journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Thank you.
That was a very comprehensive speech. Yes, alas, until we change, nothing would. I implore Gauravi Sobe to enlighten us with her thoughts on this topic.
Do I start? Yes. As children, we were all told that the world is our home. If we are talking about making changes, one question that I have is, does our home really need a renovation? Terrorists taking over nations, glaciers melting at alarming rates. Look at the irony of this statement. Oxygen constitutes for 21% of the air that we breathe in, but there are people dying due to lack of it. Hence, we do need a renovation. And let us all be the architects ourselves. Upon drawing up the blueprint, I noticed there were two problems: psychological and planetary. Quite literally, two peas in a pod. Psychologically speaking, we all are very different, thanks to our persona, perspective, and levels of satisfaction. But we all have anger, greed, jealousy, and ego. Anger makes us do things that we regret, but anger also creates discipline. Greed makes us encroach on other people's property, but it makes us aim higher. As you can see, this is just like a coin. They have two sides. If you're able to balance your emotions perfectly, then you will achieve a philosophical miracle known as optimism. If you're happy in your mind, that will be radiated through your persona and then conducted to others. This is just the first step. Barring no culture, respecting the mother is of prominent, a very important role. But our hypocrisy has seemed to blind us. All we do is take advantage of the leniency of the mother nature. And we all know what happens when the war takes undue advantage of the guardian. And isn't it quite evident considering all the climate change? Even biology says that there has to be a symbiotic relationship between us and the nature for both to be happy. We have to have an ecosystem that is vital for our survival and welfare. Also, the doctors advise us to eat a balanced diet. Did you know, few decades back, the average lifespan of a man was nearly 100 years, and now it is nearly 69 years. In English, the word better is the comparative form of the word good. If you ask the women in Saudi Arabia, they will agree that world is currently a good place to live in, considering they got the right to drive in the year 2015. But the women in Afghanistan still hope for a better tomorrow. We have conquered many diseases, but there is a long way to go. I agree, the world currently is good. It will, it should, and it can be better. But since we have started with the renovation, might as well stop when it becomes the best, right? Good, better, and best. Hence, I believe that if there exists a perfect balance between everything on this planet, then this world will be not the better place, the best place. And let me leave you with a quote. See the light in each other. Be the light for one another. Thank you. Have a great day ahead.
That was a declamatory argument. I'm sure every one of us would strive to achieve the balance inside us so that we may achieve a better, if not a best world. Now, I urge Gopal Zaba to present his thoughts on the topic. Best of luck.
Am I audible, ma'am? Good morning, judges. I am Gopala Zavar, and my today's topic is that this world would be a better place if there was no biological warfare and misuse of its knowledge. Biological warfare is use of toxins and infectious agents like protozoans, fungi, and viruses with an intention to kill, to infect, or to make incapable to humans, animals, or plants as an act of war. As the technology is developing, there are enhancements in biological sciences as well. This biological warfare is not any recent matter. There are many such examples of this type of war being fought in history. Anthrax. You may be knowing about this disease. During World War I, German forces implemented a clandestine program to damage the livestock of the Allied forces by spreading anthrax among them, and the consequences were horrible. The World War I was one of the most fatal, we can say, and a long-going war ever played. Today, the scientists have power to create their own microorganisms and viruses that can be really harmful for a human race. Even today, some studies and scientists claim that the coronavirus was created in a lab of Wuhan in China, and the consequences are in front of us. Even if a single country starts practicing biological warfare, the whole world suffers. This kind of war also includes genetical transformation. A recent US report says that China is testing this technique on its soldiers to make them super soldiers, but no one knows about its consequences, its effect on the next generation, and how it would be used. Hence, this world would be a better place if there was no biological warfare. Thank you.
Indeed, using one's knowledge for the betterment is good. You better be dumb than evil. Eloquence is a quality that defines one's confidence. By Bhavi Bhattha, we would like to hear your thoughts.
Thank you so much. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred, who is locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow-mindedness. The oppressor must be liberated as surely as the oppressed, beautifully elucidated by Nelson Mandela. A very good morning to all the respected dignitaries, teachers, and my fellow participants. I feel privileged to be able to opine on what, according to me, will make the world a better place. Human beings are unique in two respects. They possess reason and the ability to reflect on their actions. We also have the capacity to use language and communicate with each other, as I do right now. Unlike other species, we can express our innermost thoughts and desires. We can share our ideas and discuss what we consider to be good and desirable. Humans have a long introspective on how society should be organized. Why do we need a government? What is the best form of government? Does law limit our freedom? What does the state owe its citizens? What do we owe each other as citizens? What would make the world a better place? If we are to bring about a revolution of ideas, we have to hold before us an ideal which will galvanize our whole life. That ideal is freedom. The world would be a better place if everybody had freedom. This freedom implies not only emancipation from political bondage, but also equal distribution of wealth, abolition of caste barriers and social inequities, and destruction of communalism and religious intolerance. The only purpose for which power can be rightfully exercised over any member of a civilized community against his will is to prevent harm to others. The world would be a better place if everybody practiced equality. We face a paradox. Almost everyone accepts the ideal of equality, yet we encounter inequality everywhere. I hold this truth to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The commitment to the ideal of equality does not imply the elimination of all forms of differences. It merely suggests that the treatment we receive and the opportunities we enjoy must not be predetermined by birth or social circumstance. Isn't it ironic that not animals, not plants, but humans can exhibit the greatest in humanity? Discrimination, my friends, is a deplorable and abhorrent act. Do any of you have the courage to be tortured for something which you could never change or was not due to your own will? No, my friends, nobody has and nobody ever will. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Peace, why is it so fragile in today's world? The answer is simple. My friends, since war began in the minds of men, it is the mind where defenses of the peace must be constructed. Have you heard of the phrase, Majburi ka naam Mahatma Gandhi? The tendency to equate helplessness with non-violence has led some people to say that violence is the way of the weak. My fellow humans, I'm not encouraging you all to be a pacifist. What I want you all to be is a pragmatist. Not causing harm in the name of peace is not enough. Ahimsa requires an element of conscious compassion. It demands one to practice non-violence, physical and mental restraint under the gravest provocation. Non-violence is an extremely active force to the extent of stating that if non-violence were inadequate to defend oneself, then it would be better to resort to violence than take refuge in passivity in the name of non-violence. Don't you now think that it's better to say, Mazbuti ka naam Gandhi? Thank you so much.
A polemical speech indeed. Freedom is indeed the part of foundation upon which the palace of a better world would be built. Next up, we have Priyanji Pitti.
Good morning, everyone. The world would be a better place if there was no comparison of an individual with others. What lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies within you. Lata Mangeshkar, if compared in terms of her singing with Sachin Tendulkar, the master blaster, could be drastically considered inferior. A person's hard work and willpower in life comes from inside and not the outside. Comparing yourself to others is a recipe for unhappiness. If a person is not engaged with his complete mindset in any activity, it will surely result in destruction. Today, everyone around us is involved in a cat race. People can be anything, but they can't be everything. There is one thing that everyone can be better at than other people, that is, at being themselves. This is the only thing one can accomplish and win. Everyone compares procurement of oneself with that of others. When we compare ourselves to others, we are often comparing their best features against our average ones. It's like being right-handed and trying to play an instrument with your left hand. Not only we do naturally want to be better than them, but unconscious realization that we not often become self-destructive. Beauty of a person lies in eternal stability of mind and peace of body. The uniqueness of a person makes him or her different than other. If a sun and moon compare each other depending upon enlightenment provided by them to the world, they will surely find out they are near in comparison to one another. Each one of them brightens up when it is perfect time for them to rise. Comparison is the thief of joy, resulting in loss of millions of proud seconds, and it's very important to follow it. Comparing yourself to others only makes your life difficult and also brings you pain and misery. Everyone must be motivating each other at individual at workplace to work harder and do better. Albert Einstein loved to play violin throughout his life, but if he compares his violin playing skills with an expert, we might have ended up without discovery of atomic masses of elements. Rather, he was focused on his mental ability, and the results are in front of everyone. No one has a perfect life. Although people might think that a lot of people are leading an amazing life with no downside. One must know this isn't true. Every single person on this earth experiences problems and challenges throughout their lives. People are just better at handling it together on the outside. When an individual compares himself to his friend or neighbor, remember that he probably doesn't know every detail of their life. The world without this terrible comparison will definitely be the best one for everyone to live. Thank you.
Agreed. A human is a human due to his uniqueness, flaws, and diversity. If not, wouldn't we just be another species? Your speech was crisp, accurate, and rhetoric. Next up, we have Ahinjita Sarkar.
Greetings to the respected judges, teachers, and all my dear friends present here. Today, I, Ahinjita Sarkar of class 90, is here to speak on the topic, the world would be a better place if. Don't waste your time wondering, why isn't the world a better place? How can I improve it is the question to ask. We all have a moral obligation to make this world a better place than the world that we've found. And to accomplish that is our duty. Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Education will not only lead to a job with more money, but it will also expand people's minds. Educating the youth is the key to changing the world. The next step towards transforming the world is togetherness. Our world is surrounded by hatred, and with so much evil around us, it's difficult to stand end of the day, we're all humans. As people, we have to learn to look beyond from what separates us and learn to unite. Crime has existed since ages, and it will be there, no doubt, until a perfect world exists. In locations where poverty is high, particular areas filled with crime and violence appears to be at its pinnacle. Thus, reducing poverty will in turn reduce the crime rate and take us one step closer to making the world a better place. Moving forward, let's be clear. No human technology can fully replace nature, which perfected millions of years in delivering the key services to sustain life on Earth. A diverse natural world and a stable climate are the foundations of making the world a better place, for which it is very essential to keep enclaving the waves to go green. Last but not the least, in our society, small acts of compassion may go a long way towards improving the world. Consider a moment when someone did something unexpected for you and it made your day better. Wasn't it true that you were a nicer person for the rest of the day? I'm ready to bet that anybody who receives an act of kindness returns the favor in some manner, even if it's simply by being happier. The world would be a more peaceful place if we all try to understand instead of judging. Pause before reacting and give each other the benefit of doubt instead of directly assuming the worst. Finally, let's conclude with the principles of our beloved Gandhiji. The things that will destroy us are wealth without work, knowledge without character, and worship without sacrifice. So, my friends, stop thinking about making the world a better place because intentions don't make a difference. Volunteers do. I volunteer. Do you? Thank you and have a great day ahead.
Those were some beautiful points. And yes, I agree. All of us volunteer to make this world a better place. Next up, we have Ananya Lathi.
May I start? Hello and good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Ananya Lathi, and I am going to be speaking today about the world would be a better place if. The world would be a better place if there is honesty, kindness, and literacy in every human. Education is the key to unlock the golden doors of freedom, as George Washington said. If there is the power of education with everyone, no problem will be a burden for us. Honesty and kindness create a very great impact on what we get from others. Kindness is always a give and take factor, which will bring humanity amongst us and will definitely make the world a better place to live. As Sir Mark Twain said, kindness is the language which a deaf can hear and a blind can see. If there is recognition of humanity and respect of everyone's dignity, it will change this world completely. These basic factors will change the world in such a way that no one can imagine. Our world will be a safe place for both men and women. There will be a sense of realization of everyone's difficulties and sufferings that will result in humanity and increase in belief in humankind. The inhuman acts like terrorism and mindless discrimination which take place now can come to a complete end. The hate and greed all of us have for each other can turn into care and harmony amongst all of us. These all factors will not only create a better place and environment for us, but also for the upcoming generation. It is a must for them to know the true meanings of humanity and kindness, which will also help in the right use of technology. Also, only knowing these ingredients won't make the dish perfect, right? We all together have to work on it and make it happen. Therefore, in my opinion, the right answer to this question would be to treat each other like humans, which we are. Try to put an end to the hate around us. I strongly believe that small changes make a big difference. If we take small steps towards creating a world better place, we can definitely do it. In the end, I would like to end with a quote by Dalai Lama. World and compassion are necessities and not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Thank you.
Education is a power bestowed to us. It is like a weave used to sculpt us like Michelangelo statues. Your speech accurately delivers your dire sentiments. Next up, we ask Darsh Karnani to join us.
Good morning to one and all present here. My name is Darsh Karnani. I am from class 10. Today I am here to share my views on the world would have been a better place if. This if can be followed by many beautiful things, thoughts and actions that can be done to really make this world a beautiful place to live. I feel if I wanted to make this world a better place to live in, I would try to fill this world with love, compassion, and humanity. These are the things which are missing today, due to which the mankind is facing many problems like poverty, terrorism, hatred, and jealousy. In words of Leo Buscaglia, too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around. I strongly feel these words that if we have love and compassion for everyone, and if we are able to remove the feelings of hatred and jealousy from our heart, this would be free of sorrows and sufferings. I know this is not a single person's job. In words of Helen Keller, I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And just because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do something that I can do. So I believe if I try to do something righteous and leave an impact on someone's life, maybe it will inspire them to do a good deed. This will surely make a chain of good deeds, and with this small endeavor, we can make a difference in making this world a better place to live in. Problems like terrorism, resentment can be removed by creating awareness among people that by doing all this, we are just destroying our future. By inculcating simple life skills like empathy, self awareness, coping with emotions, we can learn to serve mankind and bring a vital change in our society. Everyone has become so self centered that we fail to realize how our actions can affect others' lives. It is so important to change our approach from I to we. We, the citizens of our country, we, the people living on this earth, on this planet Earth, should be our way of living. Then only we can create difference in our surroundings and bring the required changes. Thank you.
That was an excellent verbose you put there. I'm sure that the piece of love and compassion is the missing piece which we all have been searching for to solve the unsolved puzzle of a better world. Now, I invite Ruel Younger to put forward his thoughts upon this topic. Put the stage on fire.
Thank you. It is very difficult to answer the question, the world would be a better place if. There are many things in which this sentence can be completed, because in reality, it can never be just one thing that would make the world better. So among the many different things that would make the world a better place, one important thing is if we treated each other with love. It's easy for people to find an excuse to hurt someone. Our world is surrounded by resentment, and when there's so much hate surrounding us, we have to look past the social barriers, which have been set to favor the few. In order to unite, we have to look past all the things that separate us. However, bigger conflicts always arise from smaller, trivial things. Countless people have sought to change the world through their vision, but only succeed in bringing temporary change. To make the world a better place is not solely the burden of one person, but of the entire world as a whole. When a caterpillar metamorphosizes into a butterfly, it does not simply grow wings which help it fly, but its entire anatomy has changed, right? It grows a tube to suck nectar, an entire alteration in the shape of its body to adapt to a different diet. In the same way, we must change the way we approach society, not just by stopping the mindless acts of terrorism, bullying, abuse, killing, racism, and discrimination that plague our world. A world where mankind helps one another and is not just jealous of each other, where people are not categorized based on their caste and creed, where there is no difference between the rich and poor, but rather considered as equals. But more importantly, love. It's easy to be selfish with our time, money, and resources by getting caught up with our material-driven expectations of our society. Being generous, even to a minute degree, can play a steady role in changing society. So another way to complete my statement, the world would be a better place if we loved others as we loved ourselves. There will always be conflict. It's inevitable. Therefore, trying to put an end to hate that surrounds us may seem impossible. However, there's always little things we can do to make our world, our personal worlds, a better place for ourselves and the people around us. To quote Martin Luther King, I have a dream that one day every valley shall be engulfed, every hill shall be exalted, and every mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plains, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all the flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. To complete my proposition, the world would be a better place if we love one another as we love ourselves. Thank you.
That indeed was passionate. Compassion, empathy, love is what makes human cage humane. Next up, we have Pad Solange. Please come forward.
Am I clearly audible and visible? Okay. Good morning, one and all present here. The world would be a better place if everyone would start loving themselves. Self-love is an individual practice that can make the world a better place to live in. I'm of the belief that if all humans on this earth were truly allowed and encouraged to follow their passion, come into their own discovery, and follow their excitement, the world as we know it would be a completely different place. Modern society is shaped in such a way that we are sort of bound to constantly compete against each other or even ourselves. We are always trying to reach our short-term goals and trying to be better ourselves to match the expectations set upon us by the society. When we love ourselves more, we instantly change our perspective of the world. Self-love can give us a more positive attitude towards life. People who love themselves are less likely to suffer from anxiety or depression. Self-love also paves the way to a positive mindset, which is an essential ingredient for success in life and for mental well-being. The second benefit of self-love is that it can encourage us to pick up good habits. Self-love means loving your body, soul, and mind. Therefore, people who love themselves often refrain from doing things that will have an impact on their tranquility. Thus, it can help us adapt healthy habits. Learning to love yourself also reduces stress, lessens procrastination, and makes you more focused at work. A person who practices self-love will never need to depend on others to be happy, and it is an empowering feeling to be happy on the inside. Self-love is not being selfish. It is just putting yourself first and not being too tough on yourself. When our loved ones make mistakes, we often forgive them easily. But when we make a mistake, we are often too hard on ourselves. The first step of self-love is realizing that we are only human and it is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to lose at times. It is okay to not have the best day, week, or month. Put yourself a little higher on your priority list. Think highly of yourself as the world takes you at your own estimate. If you have had a long day at work, come home and take a long break. If you had a tough week, take the weekend off and travel somewhere. Get off your phone and give yourself some me time. Consider yourself important too. Love yourself as much as you love your friends and family. Happiness and self-love are interconnected and we all deserve to be happy. As said by Am, maybe we made mistakes yesterday, but yesterday's us is still us. Today, we are who we are with all our faults and mistakes. All we need to do is love ourselves and let the things pass away. Eventually, things will change and the world will be a better place for us all. Thank you.
Being meticulously versed is a quality few possess. It is rightly said that the discovery of self is the greatest discovery which can be achieved by a person. Mansi Kulkarni, you're up next. Best of luck.
Thank you so much. Greetings, everyone. I am Mansi Kulkarni from grade 10C. These are my views on the topic, the world would be a better place if we stop synonymizing the world with humans. In 1996, David Abram coined the phrase, more than human world, as a way of referring to the earthly nature of the planet. Recently, we hear many people say that the world has become an abysmal place. It hasn't remained what it used to be and has depleted. Well, if we pose this as a question to the olive Ridley sea turtles, they would respond with, no, recently everything has been great. In fact, better than what it used to be. If we decided to talk about this to the quadruple population of bears in the Yosemite National Park, they would probably chuckle and answer, this is the first time I felt so fresh around here, and not to mention the first time I saw the sight the way my grandfather pictured it to me. The Himalayas seem very happy too, because they don't have to try and pierce their vision from thick sheets to see the people they have been protecting. Then why are we saying that the world is depleting? Is it only us putting the blame of our mistakes on the world? Is it us that have started defining the world using ourselves, using humans? Humans constitute only 0.01% of the Earth's life. We are not the world. The world would become a better place if we start considering it more than mere mankind. The passive approach to proliferation of anthropogenic mass is not merely due to the lack of knowledge about its impact, but in general, it also has to do with the human inclination to dismiss the facts that don't fit their own worldview. The world shelters various living and non-living elements. Because we all share this planet Earth, we have to learn to live in harmony with each other and with nature. This is not just a dream, but a necessity. Quotes Dalai Lama. We should stop being selfish and use up all we see, because as Gandhiji rightly mentioned, there is enough for everybody's need, but not for anybody's greed. We all know about the Middle East, the South China Sea, the Afghanistan-Taliban war, and whatnot. We are considered the most outstanding species of the animals. But what are we using this intelligence for? The moment we ask ourselves this question, the world will become a better place. Albert Einstein said that I don't know what World War III will be fought with, but World War IV will definitely be fought with sticks and stones. Are we working on this part? When we get no as an answer for this question, the world will become a better place. We are all basically afraid of aliens. Do we know why? Because we think they will treat us the way we treat the animals. When we proudly say that no, I'm not afraid of aliens anymore, that time the world will become a better place. I repeat, we make only 0.01% of the world. The world makes us. We don't make the world. And the mankind would become better once we understand this, because the world is beautiful as it is. Thank you.
They may forget what you said, but they'll never forget what you made them feel. Mansi, I'm sure our audience have felt your speech to their core. Now, I call upon Atharva Joshi.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Atharva Joshi from class 9E. My topic for today is the world would be a better place if. The world would be a better place if people saw their need for God and accepted Him as their Savior and Lord, and then lived their life with His rule of love being the most important thing. Can you imagine if the world, or if everyone was motivated by love for others by Mary Angleboard? Do you think the world can become a better place? Although many of you folks think it can't. Well, guess what? You are wrong. The world now is horrible because of the things we are doing right now. The future of the world doesn't have to be suffer the consequences that resulted from our actions. The world can become a better place in many ways if there is no socialism, communism, poverty, and racism. Today, if proper medical facilities were available for all from the beginning, the prevailing COVID situation might not have occurred. If all the countries came together to develop the medical facilities, then no one would suffer from major diseases. It would not only make the world disease-free, but also healthy. Thus, the human resource would be used efficiently. If the total world is digitalized, then there will be less threat of money robbery. If this digitalization spreads, the government can make a better use of it. If it wants to launch some schemes to donate money to the poor, they can make transfer from online transactions to pay them. It means that the people will get the money in their hand directly, and there will be no chain of corruption which used to be there when the government decided some amount to be given. But they used to get less because of some corrupted people who used to take their shares first and then distribute the money, the remaining money to them. For the betterment of world, there should be some drastic changes in the education system. Like during the school years of a student, he or she should be given all the basic knowledge of all subjects till grade 5, and then he should be encouraged to take up the subjects he's interested to study and wants to make his career. So this will produce perfect labor for a particular stream in the future. This will play a crucial role in the development of a country. And if countries develop, the world will automatically become a better place. Nowadays, in sports also, cricket is given more importance than any other sports. People invest crores of monies for cricket, but no one invests money for other sports. All sports should be given equal importance and respect. This will lead to the diminishing of a different type of discrimination. Also, there should be respect for the government, but the government should also not misuse its powers. World can be a better place if all the countries contribute to establish world peace like the UN. Through this medium, the idea of universal brotherhood should be brought under consideration. Also, instead of deforestation, people should indulge in good activities like afforestation and reforestation. In conclusion, the truth is everyone has the ability and responsibility to make their world a better place. But we can do this only when we are in the right frame of our mind. By beginning with ourselves and making sure that we are healthy and happy, we radiate positive energy and will find new ways to share our success with the humanity. The world can become a better place only if we people treat each other like humans. Thank you.
That was an amazing speech. It is true indeed. It is indeed true that if everyone gives up on the mania of possessing things and accepts love as the prime truth of life, the world would indeed be a better place. Next up, let us hear the thoughts of Anushka Banerjee about this topic. Best of luck.
It's very difficult to answer a question like this. Most people would probably say the world would be a better place if we all had money or if everyone was treated equally. And yeah, answers may vary. But in my opinion, the world would be a better place if we treated each other like real human beings. Good morning, respected dignitaries on the dais and the audience. I am Anushka Banerjee, and I'd like to talk about how this world could be a better place. The world we reside in is cruel and selfish. It's hard to step out of the big picture and realize that at the end of the day, we're all humans. As humans, we have to learn to look beyond what separates us from others and learn to unite. We have to look beyond our skin color, our gender, our economic status, our religious beliefs, whatsoever. We, as humans, do not live peaceful lives. We have terrorists, we have diseases, we have homeless people all around the world. We have racism. We have parents who send their kids to school and the kids don't return home. Believe it or not, everything that happens in the world has an effect on everybody in it. The human race is blind. Half of us don't even realize what's happening outside our front doors. The world would be a better place if people acknowledged what was going on. We all get so caught up trying to make our lives better instead of helping those who don't even have half of that of our privilege. People want to be successful, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what if you use yourself as an asset and helped our world become a safe place? I want to live in a world where people can live happily without having to think about what someone may think of them. I want to live in a world where we don't label a whole religious body as a terrorists. I don't want to live in a world where power is determined by how much money you have. People have lost their individuality in putting others down. Portrayal of a character, they are just not. There are people in this world who kill themselves for some mere harsh words uttered by someone. And sometimes the same individual bombard a whole city full of innocence for the same reason, the same mere words. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, be the change you wish to see in the world. When rightly accessed and executed, every individual has a key role to play so as to make this place a better one. I agree. It's hard to set out of the self picture, but isn't that what unity is all about? However, there's always some little things we can do to make our surroundings a bit of a better place for ourselves and the people we care about. Helping out homeless people, being kind towards the animals, standing for the minorities, speaking against eve teasing. Personally speaking, I'm too close to animals, and yeah, I would proudly say that I am volunteering myself for this world to become a better place. Concludingly, I'd like to say it's all about the conditioning of the minds. When correct educatory sources provided, then this world, as well as our society, would be a great place to reside in. In the end, I'd like to quote what Mahatma Gandhi once said, the greatness of humanity is not in the being human, but in being humane. Thank you. Have a nice day ahead.
Indeed, Anushka. Being human is given, but keeping humanity is a choice. Next up, we have Shreya. All the best.
Yes. We all have different personalities. ENFP, INFP, ESFP. I am an ENFP. You might have some other personality. Fair, isn't it? Everyone is so different. Then why are the beauty standards always the same for all? Beauty standards. What are they? Ideas that are set about the features of men and women and are expected for a person to have those facial features to be considered pretty. Different parts of the world have different beauty standards. In India, having a slender figure, fair and clear skin for women, and being tall, having a strong physique and a little tan skin for men. It is a harmful ideal that has caused damage to thousands of men and women from all over the world with different age, race, and class. The question is, why are these beauty standards existing? The answer to this is very simple. And the reason is the ideas that the media puts in our head from what we see in our advertisements. One of the most famous advertisement we can talk about this is Fair and Lovely. It might be a 10-rupee tube, but has racism filled in it. As a consequence of this, the media also informs what we see as beautiful. People see these beautiful models being shown in the image of beauty, but they do not understand how these advertisements truly are. When we think about beauty as on the outside, aren't we consciously or unconsciously following and influenced by the certain beauty standards? Young girls are being constantly subjected to unattainable standards of beauty, and the media does a poor job at defining what a normal girl looks like. One of the biggest problems in the media lacks in the diversity of it, which idealizes the celebrities that are white and tall and thin. This is unhealthy for young girls of different ethnicities because they are not seeing the society that the media is showing. Setting those models as the beauty ideals, the society perceives a great the media setting those beauty models as the standard of beauty. Many of the young girls get plastic surgeries and have work done on them. Surgeries have increased from 22% from 2000 to 2020, when in reality, plastic surgeries are just got to meet those ideals set by the society and media. There's a lot of pressure by the people on how perfectly photoshopped our models look like. Someone once beauty lies in the eye of the spectator. According to this proverb, beauty is subjective. What we look is not appearing beautiful to another. So I'd like to say, in the end, the world would be a better place if there would be no beauty standards.
It was indeed impressive. The, the aspect in life of understanding the beauty of one person, himself or herself, is the key to achieving eternal happiness in life. I would like to, I would like to, I would like to tell all of our contestants that if you want to present your ideas in front of others regarding the changes which you put into the world, you want that confidence to be present in your speech. So do not be afraid of anything and just give it your best, because these are your own ideas and this is the way how you are going to change the world. So have confidence in your ideas and do not be scared. Next up, I invite Nishita Brahma.
Thank you for having me. You really can change the world if you care enough. An honest and difficult quote by Marine Wright Edelman. A very good afternoon to all the lovely people present here. The world would be a better place if man were not in it. If everyone was kind, altruistic, grateful. If we gave up hatred and narcissism and took our time away from malevolent forces. Being generous is an art every single one of us holds. However, we fail to put it to use. I'm not only talking about treating people with kindness, but I'm emphasizing the obligation to treat animals with kindness as well. Now, a lot of you will wonder, why do we need to focus on animals to make the world a better place? Animals are an innate part of who we are, what we do, and how we live. Loving an animal requires you to be a pure person. A person who is a narcissist won't give himself up for an animal, but the one who is an empath will. Now, why do we need to give ourselves up for an animal? Why can't we just let them be? Animals have been and are being treated barbarously, no matter what others say. It takes a boundless amount of detestation to kill an animal, regardless the situation. As rightly said by Bob Carey, unexpected kindness is the most powerful, least costly, and most underrated agent of human change. It doesn't take much to make a change. All you need to do is start. Start by showing our Mother Earth that she will live and will be taken care of. Humans need to realize what they have been doing for countless decades. Snow-capped mountains melting, water levels rising, fishes dying, animals going extinct doesn't just happen on its own. It is the repercussion of our actions. Sitting and just complaining won't do, people. You need to get up and make a move. Every effort is counted. Have any of you ever wondered what might have been if humans hadn't existed? What the world would have been? Whether everything would have remained the same? If you haven't, then it's time to give it some thought. I'm sure you all would have thought about the earth being as pure as a crystal. This just shows the quantum of damage man has done to our mother, although he can repair it by just showing a bit of effort collectively. Let's talk about how in this pandemic, the nature healed itself to quite an extent. We could see the Himalayas, the dolphins in Mumbai, and peacocks on the road. These are sights you just don't behold every day. It is something that takes a lot more than just sitting and whining. It needs a united effort. Just reducing the amount of damage we have done or respecting animals will give everyone and not just our earth time to heal. There are multitudinous ways to make the world a better place. You just need to know how. I like to end this with a fine quote by Leo F. Buscaglia. Don't spend your precious time asking, why isn't the world a better place? It'll only be time wasted. The question to ask is, how can I make it better? To that, there is an answer. Thank you.
Of course, animals are needed to coexist. After all, even we are animals. Next up, I would like to invite Amey Arthapur. The stage is yours. It seems Amey is not present. So the next person I'd like to invite is Avira Banerjee.
Good afternoon, judges, dear teachers, and my dear friends.
I am Avira Banerjee from class 9D, and today I would like to talk on the topic the world would be a better place if. So, if everyone in the world cooperates, the world would be a much better place. Cooperates as how we do during a health checkup. We open our mouth because the doctor says to for our own good. If everyone in the world thinks, the world would be a much better place because it is harder to think for oneself and act for others. If everyone in the world waits, the world would be a much better place because we always have to wait for the right moment to do the right thing and grab the right opportunity. If everyone in the world was more grateful for this one gift called life, the world would be a much better place because we are often so engrossed in the daily grind that we seem to be living on autopilot mode. While accomplishing our goals and living our lives, we seem to have taken our life for granted. We need to practice gratitude every single day for our life. Grateful for being alive has to be the first thing in our mind when we wake up and has to be the last thought before we go to sleep. Before we know it, life is over. It's just a matter of when and how. So, treasure it while we can. Last but not the least, if everyone in the world starts minding their own business, the world would be a much better place because we spend so much of our time observing others' life and comparing us with them. Instead, if we concentrate that time on improving ourselves, we would end up being more successful and happy. I would like to end this up by saying a quote by Lottie Dashiell. The world would be a happier and more peaceful place if we tried to understand instead of judging, paused before reacting, and gave each other the benefit of the doubt instead of assuming the worst. Thank you for listening.
That indeed was eloquent. Dia, Dia Miracle, you're next.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dia Murical and will be addressing the topic that the world would have been a better place if. In my perspective, the world would have been a better place if everyone could be kind to each other. An American aviator, Amelia Earhart, once quoted that the single act of kindness sows out roots in all directions, and roots spring up and make new trees. Spreads like a wildfire, isn't it? Showing kindness does not inevitably mean doing something great for someone. It can be something as small as being respectful or extending emotional support to someone. These deeds of kindness do not take much effort, but can make a big difference in the other person's life. I believe lack of kindness is the root cause for most of our problems. It is troublesome comprehending our thoughts, expecting others to think, act, see, and feel the things the way we do. In the world we are living in right now, and with lot going around us, we witness that everyone is distant while being close. Everyone, earlier, when someone flashed a smile at us, it would have made our day. No wonder why they say the smile is the best medicine. While recently everyone is occupied and it's all stressed out faces everywhere. But the main question is, why should we be kind? In the world at large, we have seen so much misery and heartbreak, especially during this outbreak of COVID-19. So many breaths needlessly ended. It is a natural response to want to shield yourself from all that dread and confine yourself into your own secure space. But the dilemma is when everyone does that. We lose the important connection with our community and even with ourselves individually. In the prevailing time when the number of suicides and people suffering from mental illness is spiking, lending your shoulder to someone, listening to their problems and accepting them the way they are would have been such a relief. Kindness isn't a feeling, it's an action. Being kind is not about how you feel, it's about what you do. Showing kindness to someone you don't like might be a bit hesitating, but You just might overwhelm yourself one day when you take the high road. If you show kindness, then you're most likely to feel more genuine. You could even start to see the good in people. We rarely find kind people these days. If we look at it, are we kind ourselves? We may feel the agony of people around us, but how many times have we lent a helping hand towards them? If we expect others to be kind towards us, we must first inculcate this habit in ourselves. People should be kind to those around them and see how things change for better. But being kind, helping them, and spreading smiles not only does good to the receiver, but also offers a deep sense of satisfaction to the one who indulges in the act. And with this, the world would have been such a better place to live in. Thank you.
Very well cited. I'm sure that if every person introspects about his ideals and morals and includes the aspect of kindness in it, the world would be a better place. Avira Banerjee, we are looking forward to your. No, I'm sorry. Anushka Bansode, you're up next.
Thank you for having me here. I hope that I'm clearly audible and visible. Yes, I'll go ahead. Hello, everyone. I'm Anushka Bansori from 10th C, and I'm all set to express my views on one of the most discussed topics today. This world would be a better place if. To begin with, I would question, can this world be a better place? Can our generation change the world? The obvious answer is yes. But if I add a little twist, would you like to be a part of the cleanliness drive tomorrow? I know that it may sound absurd, but most of us will be compelled to think of reasons for not spoiling our Sunday morning. Am I right? This is the problem. In the 21st century, we have learned to prioritize ourselves and family. But are we not thinking of development when we complain of the law passed by the parliament? We have a plethora of comments to be passed on what is right and what is not. This reminds me of an unknown monk who wished to change the world but couldn't do so, unfortunately. But what he realized as an old man is worth mentioning. If long ago I had changed myself, I could have made an impact on others, and later, someday, maybe, I would have changed the world. So, what I'm trying to highlight from the beginning is that we must stop being resistant to change. This world would be a better place if we pledge to change ourselves in the first place. Today, not only are we self-centered and egoistic, but also ignorant of the fact that we, the future generation, has the power to make great changes for the betterment of the society. We shall try to improve ourselves and become our own ideals. Mahatma Gandhi said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." We all are aware that the biggest problems we are facing today is related to our environment. Well, I firmly believe that the solution for this is start small, because it's not practically possible for any of us to go around and mobilize support. Oh, did I say mobilize support? No, you don't require anyone's support to achieve your goals, be it your individual goals or social goals. All you need is willingness and enthusiasm. Currently, our Mother Earth is facing a lot of problems like global warming, air pollution, waste disposal, ozone layer depletion, water pollution, climate change, etc. These affect the living organisms on the planet. I'm sure that we all are aware about how we can combat these issues, but what stops us from doing so is our tendency to take these issues lightly by showing fake concern on social media platforms. This must stop at once. We have to start small, try to reduce the use of non-biodegradable products, conserve water at home, and there are many such things one can do to save nature. Through my talk, I have tried to state the importance of changing ourselves, because believe me, my friends, no one was ever able to make this world a better place unless he or she changed for the betterment of the society and mankind. Many people face problems related to their education, healthcare, unemployment, mental health, etc. today. We will be able to face these challenges only if we are truthful. To conclude, I would like to quote Leo Buscaglia. Too often, we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to change lives. Thank you.
Uttering a word is like striking a note on the keyboard of imagination. The amount of inspiration we are getting from your speech is but ineffable. Next, we like to hear Avnika Sar.
Good morning. I would first like to start with a story. Once upon a time, a daughter complained to her father that her life was miserable and that she didn't know how she was going to make it. The father, being a chef, went to the kitchen and boiled the potatoes, eggs, and coffee beans in 3 different pots. He then turned off the burner after some time and laid down all the ingredients before his daughter. He then asked her to touch the potatoes. She did and noted that the potatoes were soft. Then he told her to break an egg. She peeled off the shell and then observed the boiled egg. Then he asked her to sip the coffee. The rich aroma of the coffee made her smile. What do you mean by this, father? She asked. He explained that the potatoes, the eggs, and the coffee beans all had faced the same adversities, the boiling water. But each one of them reacted differently. And the coffee beans were extremely unique. They changed the water and made it into something new. He then turns to his daughter and asked, "Which one are you? When adversity knocks your door, how do you respond? Are you a potato, an egg, or a coffee bean?" The most important message we get from this story is that the way you react to something or the way you do something decides the base of an outcome. All human beings in this world have the same necessities, the same basic needs. But the one thing that differs in each one of us is the way we achieve those needs. And while achieving them, we follow our dreams and talents and we make something new out of our lives, like the coffee beans in the story. So, according to my perspective, what you make out of your life is the only contribution to the world. And good usage of resources and your fullest potential only can make the world a better place. Your talents, selfless behavior, lifestyle, and peacemaking are also contributory factors. Lastly, I would conclude that this world is like a tree. Every new leaf contributes to the tree by providing it food, and every new flower makes the tree look beautiful and bears the fruits. The leaves here symbolize the new lives which contribute to the world directly or indirectly, and the blooming flowers show enlightenment among people. So, the flowers may wither away and die, or the leaves may detach themselves, but the tree will always remain alive. Thank you.
Beautifully presented. Speech should not just be a sharing of information, but a sharing of you. Ananya Kakade, let us hear upon this topic.
I hope I'm clearly audible and visible. Good afternoon, dear judges and all other participants. My name is Ananya Kakade. I'm studying in grade 10. Today, I'm here to speak about something unique and something very special. And my dear friends, it is our beautiful world. Before I start, I have a very true quote given by Dorothy Hamill. He says that to be the world's best, you need to be the world's best. Anyways, the world would be a better place if people could understand each other. If people would not have that fake smile on their faces. If there would be a fair competition in all other aspects. If people could just come out of their mobile phones and have a look in the outer world. I never said that technology is totally bad. It has helped us in many ways, and I don't need to highlight what technology is and what are its uses. We very well got to know about technology in this pandemic. But nowadays, people are easily getting attracted towards the fake world. Let it be technology, let it be business deals, let it be anything, literally anything. We just don't understand what's real. We don't understand what others are cheating us. But we need to stop all this. Now, this is not going to happen anymore if we start working over this from today itself. It is very easy, literally very easy. Just just don't make a fake impression on others, and don't let others make a fake impression on you. If at least one person a day starts doing this, then in no time this world will become much more beautiful than it is now. Then the world will get its soul back. Then there will be the biggest smile on everyone's faces. Then there will be a proper use of technology. Then there will be no tough competitions. Then people will live a very happy life. And when people will start living a happy life, then trust me, it will be the best feeling ever. Everything will happen in real. Even that God sitting up will be happy looking at us. In conclusion, I will just say that be who you are. Be the real you in front of the entire world and show your part to them. Even George Burns has once said, happiness is having a loving, caring, understanding, and a understanding world. Thank you so much for patiently listening to me.
I'm sure your words would have struck an epiphany in the minds of our audience. Alas, great speakers are not born, they are trained. With this, we call our last contestant, Krishna Karnani.
Yes. Good morning to respected judges, teachers, and fellow participants. Today I, Krishna Rao from 9th, will speak on the topic, the world would be a better place if. But before I give my reasons why the world would be a better place, I would like to start off by saying that the world will probably never change and it will keep getting worse and worse every day. I know that many believe that if we work towards it, if we work together and keep working towards our goal, work, that's what all are saying. But how many of us are actually working? How many of us are actually willing to invest the effort and change this world together? Together is a word that many are strange too. We have heard this word, but we do not truly know what this means. Joseph Fort Newton said that man built many walls, but he did not build enough bridges. So I would like to say and question that can we truly change the world? First, we need to see our current scenario. The world is in a crisis. There is violence everywhere. Differences keep arising, and people keep putting themselves in groups that vary from person to person. So, despite all this, we people can still seek something that all of us share together, a common trait that flows among us, something that binds us together, and that is kindness and understanding. YouTuber and writer Xcurb1A said that if ignorance is in our bones, then kindness is in our DNA, which means that since the ancient times, since man could not even speak and had just discovered fire, we were being kind to each other. We were helping each other out in hunting and other various activities. We helped each other survive, and we can still do this. Kindness and understanding is something that flows in each one of us. It is something that we are born with, and it is something that we will pass on to our children and our children to their children. So, I ask again, can we really change the world? I would say that yes, the world would be a better place if we are willing to use the kindness and understanding that we have to help each other and move forward. I would like to thank you all to listening to my speech patiently. Thank you.
Very well said. Now, I invite our last contestant, Amay Athavale, to put forward his thoughts.
Good morning, everyone. This is Amaya Athavale from class 10D. Have you ever imagined how can the world be a better place to live? Creating a better world means that no one should be unhappy, and that is the most basic need. Being happy is what everyone is seeking, and if everyone is happy, then the earth is a heaven. The systems, traditions, and the cultures around the world are diverse and complex. Hence, creating a better environment everywhere on the same scale is not a humanly task. But some parameters can be set for the world's development into a better place. The premiermost parameter is regarding environmental sustainability. To create a better place, it is of utmost necessity. Environmentally balanced environment will reduce our problems exponentially. There would be less droughts and floods, loss of life and property will be diminished, and most importantly, global warming will be curbed. Global warming affects our life quality negatively and increases our stress levels indirectly. A lot of money is wasted to restore the life destroyed by the nature. Overcoming the global warming would be a huge leap in creating a better world. Next, we must provide facilities. They give comfort and make life easy. The amenities should be present in every corner of the globe. Hospitals, schools, free education, low cost healthcare, entertainment, cheap food, and residence. And tourism is what everyone is yearning for. These facilities will boost development and economy as well. Along with the material dreams, abstract ideas are vital. Trust, friendship, loyalty is a part of our plan in shaping the world. For example, you have an excellent hospital in your area, but your neighbors are really annoying and unsocial. Will you be, will you be happy there for long? We should never be judgmental, jealous, or angry. To be happy, we must attain a perfect balance between the mind and the body. As the gurus have been saying, do not get identified with your name, but be involved in its meaning. So, we must remember that we need a balance of both the material things and the abstract notions. And most importantly, we must have the belief in ourselves and others that we can create a perfect world. Thank you.
Precisely stated. Without nature, we are nothing but ashes. With this, all our orators have presented their ideas in front of the judges and the audience. I hope everyone present here will take some morals from the addresses given by our contestants and implement them to change the world to a better place. Now, I request Ms. Manisha Patel ma'am to say a few words of wisdom to our audience.
Thank you very much, Pavni and Varad. Does the timer go start for us also? No? Okay, but I won't make it too long. But I'm really happy to be amidst of all of you. It took us back to our school days, and I don't know if you all know, Mr. Malu has been one of our seniors. He's been an excellent orator, and we used to love all his talks in the elocution competitions. And I remember he used to win every elocution competition. So let it be English, let it be Hindi. I think Marathi he used to not participate at all. So today's topics, all of you had selected some really excellent topics. And as I think Varad mentioned, that I think there are a lot of morals, thoughts for us to take back and think about them. And even if we implement 1% of it, it will really change our lives and the surroundings around us. Now, public communication, the entire motto was public communication on this. Now, why is it important? I'll just take a few seconds on this. Frankly speaking, later in your career, public communication is one of your major success tools for you. What you talk, how you present it is all that matters. And every one of you, whoever, all the participants, I think kept in mind how you all are presenting it, your body language, your confidence. I like that when Varad mentioned, like just say out your thoughts, be confident about what you're saying and give it your best shot. Frankly speaking, what you have in your mind, just say it out. Say it with confidence. And try to enjoy it first. Let it be from the heart. Something what I missed seeing in some of the participants was eye contact was something which was missing. I think technology has given us that, benefit that we can read it out. We keep it in the front, but that's fine. But later in life, as I said, we should just say everything what we have in our mind. Be clear, have the right words. You don't really have to use all the hi-fi words. It can be simple and clear. I think it was really tough for, I think Amita will agree with me. It was really tough to decide who is the best. I'm looking at my scoreboard and there are so many people who are on a tie. So please remember, everyone has done excellent. Everyone was really very good. And I think we are also going to take a lot of things today and think on it. So wishing you all the best to everyone. And I enjoyed the session with you guys. Thank you so much.
Amita ma'am, would you like to share your thoughts and reviews as well?
Yes, Pavani, it's really great pleasure to share my thoughts, and I really agree with Manisha. She has done my half job. We belong to the same, sort of profession, that a maid consultancy. So one thing I would really like to share is the topic was really great. And the foremost thing is that you are the future leaders. You have already created a tribe of upcoming leaders in you. Flaws will be there. The flaws are within me and Manisha also, because the journey starts, as most of you have shared, good, better, best. Good we are, better we are, becoming best, there is no definition for it till we are alive. So I'm really grateful for foremost thing that Woodridge High, under the guidance of Mr. Sandeep Malu, has created a tribe of upcoming leaders who really thinking that what the world would be if. And my message to you is, yes, you have participated in this competition, but the foremost thing is that we have created, again, I'll say the leaders who will take care of the world, how it will be. And let me tell you one thing, when if comes, many confusions arise. So for me, this if is your goal. A goal without a plan is just a wish or a dream. As in the bracket, it was how the world would be if. So you cannot not create and achieve anything till you don't have the GPS in your mind, how it would be. And everybody was really good. But how the world would be if? We talked about so many things. So can I take 30 seconds? How the world would be. You might have heard the song. For us, it was very common in our age. We are the world, we are the children. So the world is not if for you, the world is within you. You take the responsibility to create your world, rest of the world is taken care. If you manage the unmanaged, the unmanaged is managed. So let's not think how the world is. Let us concentrate on how we are. Am I planting a tree? Am I telling lie? Am I being sincere to my parents? If you all become sincere to your career, you create that awareness, what you've been talking about, for world to do. If you do it to yourself, my dear young friends, everything will be taken care of. And it's a great luck and opportunity for you to come into this sort of competition where at such a young age, you are becoming the leaders. So this is my thought. And always remember, the goal is not a wishy-washy hope. One thing today, another thing tomorrow. You have to have a clear thing in your mind, what I want to do. If you want to go to Prozon Mall, you have to set the GPS. You have to take the route. So your car is your life, your world. If it's driven by you, it'll be taken care. If you won't drive, someone else will come and drive for you. So make it how you want to create it. Thank you so much.
I must say I was very impressed by both of your speeches. It is of course difficult to choose a winner when people are participating and everyone's speech is different. Of course, and winning in such a competitive world shows us that the winners have the caliber and the guts to choose and defeat others. Also seeing that champions realize that defeat Also, learning along the way is much more than the winning position. Thus, living life and mastering oratory is nothing but just learning more, giving somebody, taking something. I'd like Varat to start the.
Those were some very beautiful words. I hope all of us set our car of life to the destination of success, and we ourselves drive it to the point of success. Now comes the main event, the result declaration. Winning is something, but participation is everything. Every person who has participated in this event is a winner. But to appreciate everyone's efforts, we must select a person who gave it their all and stood at the peak of the mountain. I request our judges to declare the result.
Manisha, you do the honor.
Wow, I'm excited. I'm equally excited. I think all of you all also must be waiting to hear who is the winner. And as we all mentioned, you all were really excellent orators. And I'm sure, you all will really rock it when you all go ahead. Now, it was really very difficult. I think it's just by 1 mark there has been a difference. And it was really a tough job for us. Like every time we are thinking, okay, both are looking at the same level, but believe me, it was really tough. So let me start with the third. So the third prize goes to Anushka Bansore. Yes. Congratulations,
Energy. She was full of energy.
Yes.
Thank you so much, judges.
Full of energy, and like the last one, it was like it came as a fresh air of breeze. Like, yeah. Second is Vaibhavi Pathak. Congratulations, Vaibhavi.
You have authority in your voice. Keep it up. You're the future leader.
Yeah. I could, feel like some leader is actually.
Yeah. Everything was into the, alignment, your body language, your facial expression, your way of putting, there was force in your words. What you meant, you were delivering. So there, congruence was there, walk and talk.
And the first is Reul Yangad. I hope I pronounced it correct. Congratulations, Reul. Amazing. Very nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, you were very mature to deliver your words. There was a lot of poise, respect, and very naturally you delivered it. I'm sure Manisha is going to be really will agree with me, whatever I'm telling about all these three contestants. She has judged and I'm being verbal about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. They had such clarity in their thoughts. It was really amazing. I really didn't feel that you all are students of 9th, 10th, 11th. It was like, you all have that confidence to communicate with any adult. It was really good. Congratulations to all the winners again.
Heartiest congratulations. I loved how you have put up all of you. I love Nishita. I love Avira. I love Anushka. Your beauty is also the problem nowadays. Animals, I loved of the girl she said about love animals. Yes, it's a food chain. We love animals. Our environment is protected. And I know she's a pet lover. So thoughts were amazing. Amazing.
Very true. And once again, thanks to Pavni and Bharat. You all were really lovely hosts. I loved your thoughts after every speech. You all were, giving those snippets. It was really good. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir. You're connecting the right dot to the right dot to create the future leaders. I think you've got the young Leos under you. No doubt about it now.
Thank you so much. Students?
Congratulations to the winners and good luck to the participants. With this, we come to the end of our event. I request Ishwari to give us the vote of thanks.
A very lovely afternoon, everyone. An ignited mind is the most powerful weapon on the earth, above the earth. Education is the most profitable investment for near future. Rightly said by Cicero, gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. I, Ishwari Mahajan, on behalf of Woodridge High Secondary and Senior Secondary Section and the entire fraternity of the institution, first of all, extend my gratitude to the Almighty God for making today's event a resounding success. I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our chief guests, the multidimensional Manisha Patankar ma'am and the passionately inspiring Amita Bindra ma'am, who spared time from their busiest schedule to grace today's occasion. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely encourage us in our future events. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. My gratitude to all the speakers for gracing this occasion and sharing their thought processes along with their legendary dreams today. I'm immensely thankful to our beloved Sandeep Malu sir, Head of Secondary and Senior Secondary Woodridge High, for his efforts, his ideas, and his elegance of doing everything flawlessly. I need to mention my deepest sense of appreciation to him. An event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated teachers, Sunita Mathur ma'am, Vijaya Krishnamurthy ma'am, and Rashmi Makwana ma'am of our English department, who are well versed in their job and their enormous cooperation with the organization of this gala event. I'm short of words for their involvement and their willingness to take completion of tasks beyond their comfort zone. With a deep sense of appreciation, we thank our loving teachers for their untiring efforts. I would also like to thank the people who worked behind the scenes to make this event happen. Our technical arrangement and organization team, Mitansh, Pavni, Varat, Taranjot, and Mukta. Finally, I would like to thank our budding rock stars that made this event joyful with their impressive performances. Your days of hard work were evident in your acts. All the speeches were jaw-dropping and were enjoyed by each one of us today. Thank you so much.